And we're getting back into the action after that crazy rain. So we've got the women's 3K steeple lining up. Do you want to?
Charlotte Wilson, Maxine Polek from South Melbourne, and Simone Brick also from South Melbourne.
I think so.
And away in this women's steeplechase, the girls
so as they get underway, we'll go through the names. So in lane 1, Sharon Peterson. Lane 2, Kelsey Vickery. Lane 3, Stella Radford. Lane 4, Paige Campbell out of New South Wales. Lane 5, Alice Oakley Kerr. And lane 6, Meg Oakley Kerr. Lane 7, Charlotte Wilson. Lane 8, Maxine Pollock. And lane 9, Simone Brick. So Stella Radford in the field does own a Com Games B qualifier from last year's national champs. And both Stella and Paige represented Australia at the World Uni Games in this event earlier this year. Paige placed a pretty impressive 4th. So she'll be looking to have a good year. She's recently run PBs over 3K and 5K. So probably ready for a big one here.
Yeah, it's exciting that the steeplechase is on the MILERS program for something different, and a few of the leading girls in Australian steeplechase have come along for the night, which is great to see.
Yeah, and these 3 have already broke away, and that's what you expect on paper. They've definitely got the quickest PBs.
So yeah, Paige Campbell on our list, we've got at 10 minutes, Charlotte Wilson 10:03, and Stella Radford at 10:24. So they will be the leaders in the group.
And Stella actually has a PB of 9:54, I believe. So
there you go. That must
she
be
does
a
have the
season's
potential
best.
to run a bit quicker.
So I've also got Alice and Meg Oakley Kerr. Actually, it does only seem that one of the sisters out there today. Seed time of 7:49, which probably indicates they haven't done a 3K steeple before. Yes. They've just done the 2 and are stepping up tonight for something different, which will be very challenging, but I'm sure it'll be good training nonetheless.
And one of our junior runners, Maxine Pollock of South Melbourne, she was 4th at the Zatopek, just 3K just last week. So definitely in some good form. So hoping for a good run over the barriers this time.
And that water jump does look very full up the back after the rain that we just had. I guess if you're going to run any event straight after the rain, it's going to be the steeple, and they're going to get a bit soaked anyway.
Yeah, they're probably pretty used to it.
So 2 laps down, Paige Campbell still in the lead from Charlotte Wilson and Stella Radford. About 50 metres behind Maxine Pollock. And one of the Oakley Kerr sisters is sitting in 5th place. Kelsey Vickery now crossing the line in 6th. Followed by Brick and Pedersen to round out the field. 2 laps into our 3K steeple event. Now I see Stella just losing touch on the back. Might just be a bit of a brain fade. Hopefully she doesn't lose them too much so early in the race.
Yeah, it'll definitely make it easier for her if she can stay in touch with these 2 girls.
Have you ever tried a steeplechase yourself, Lyndon?
I once did a 2K steeple at Sunbury Little Ats, and I only did it because it was hot. I never tried it again.
Never again. That sounds about right. Very, very tough event. I remember I did it about 5 times in one season. Got to nationals, and that was when I retired. So it's a event for the strong-minded, I think.
I think most distance runners do give it a crack. Try it out once or twice.
It is a bit fun, as you said, Lyndon, especially in the hot weather. Get a bit wet, something a bit different. But yeah, it is very, very tough. So very admirable. The gun steeple chase runners out there tonight. So it is Charlotte Wilson who is leading the way just over the barrier there, followed by Paige Campbell. Now got a gap of about 20 to 30 metres on Radford.
Two-lane race at the moment. Wilson, right on his shoulders, Paige Campbell, as they both go through the water jump. Going now to Radford in third place. Into the home straight they come. And now Campbell's taken over. So the two girls have been sharing the...
So it seems they may even be working together a bit, Lyndon, with Campbell and Wilson sharing the lead a bit. I don't know if that's tactical, if they're just trying to hang on as much as the next.
Yeah, definitely not a bad tactic, Dick, to team up, especially a night like tonight where the conditions were a little bit rough. Definitely helps the laps.
Maxine Parlick still running nice and comfortably. World Junior qualifier, 3 laps to go. So at the moment, Campbell out in front. Behind Wilson. Now opens up a bit of a gap now. She's starting to come into the straight.
Looks like Paige Campbell's starting to pull away from Charlotte Wilson.
Line at the moment with Brick and then Pedersen. I have 3 laps to go.
So 2 laps to go for the leaders, with Paige Campbell making a break of about 10 metres on Charlotte Wilson from Athletic Essendon. So 2 laps to go for the leading ladies. And Stella Radford from Melbourne Uni, about 50 metres back, just passing the line with 2 laps to go. And it looks Paige Campbell passing the discus cage on the back straight, about 700 metres to go, just extending her lead, looking very comfortable indeed.
And then the junior athlete, Maxine Pollock, is still holding down a strong 4th place. But Paige is coming up to about 600 to go, so this will be the penultimate water lap for her.
And it's interesting to see the varying techniques in the steeple as well. Some opting for the hurdle all through the race, and others just tapping the bar or tapping the hurdle and pushing off just as they get a little bit more tired throughout the race. So a bit of an indication to see how the athletes are going in their hurdling style. But Paige Campbell looking very comfortable up the front as she goes past the water jump for the second last time, Lyndon.
Yeah, and I guess this is probably the first steeple for a lot of the girls, so might be a bit of a shock to the system again. Been a few months of jumping in the water pit and things, so might be a bit of a readjustment there. But Paige gets the bell, and she's got a solid 20 metres on Charlotte Wilson.
And goes through with about 1 minute 25 to spare to get under that 10-minute season best that she holds. So well within her sights to set a good mark as a...
And she is chasing that Commonwealth Games time, and the B standard is 9:58.6. So if she can roll this last 300 or so, that's definitely a chance. And she's looking pretty good.
There you go. So who cares about the 10-minute barrier when you can get a Commonwealth Games B standard? That's what we're looking for at 9 minutes 58.6 seconds as she closes in the last 200 metres. and approaches the final water jump with Charlotte Wilson about 30 metres behind.
Oh, and we've had a
she's taken
stumble
a
in
bit
the
of a
water
tumble.
bout. She's up and running, and she maintains that lead.
Very impressively, hasn't let her slow it down too much.
Very graceful recovery there. She comes up to the final barrier. She looks to have it all tied up. Keep an eye on the clock.
With 10 seconds to go till that mark, she's going to be very, very close. So 58.6 we're looking for with the time. And she
is going to be right on it. We might have to wait on the official time there, but I think she did slip under that 10-minute barrier for the first time.
Both girls seem absolutely exhausted after that, as you will be. Stella Radford coming into the finish now for third place. And a season best for Stella as well, about 10:17.
Maxine Powlek looking for that World Junior Qualifier 25. She's going to make it. She's going to make it. She's got inside the World Junior Qualifier.
And Maxine Pollock, Lyndon just in a junior qualifier there.
So these girls have done really well given the challenges tonight presented with those delays and the rains and definite interruptions to their warm-up. And I imagine steepling in the water is a little extra hazardous. So they've done really well, and I think Paige will be kicking herself after that fall, but definitely a big indication of what she could do this season.
Yeah, but you bring up a good point as well. With the delay, the girls got a 10-minute warning. So fitting in a full warm-up again into 10 minutes would have taken its toll, and definitely something to overcome, but the girls have done very well. Very strong-minded to be a great steeple athlete, especially with the conditions tonight. As we said, the last few athletes approach that final water jump in this women's steeplechase event. Hopefully one on the roster for years to come, because that was quite exciting with a few great times by the girls. I'm sure it's an appreciated hit out early in the season.
Yeah, not huge amount of opportunities for competitive steeple races, so good to be able to have one down in Melbourne.
So Kelsey Vickery from the Mentone Club, she's coming on very strongly.
Now I see Kelsey Vickery from the Mentone Club.
Finished the race
coming in just under 12 minutes. It's a little bit off her season's best there, but still a great run. So Sharon Pedersen and Simone Brick closing in just over 12 minutes there. And that concludes our women's 3K steeple race lock.
It does, and we're going to throw down to Georgie Buckley, who's down there with our winner. Georgie, take it away.
Ready? So we're down here with Paige Campbell, who's just taken out the women's A3K steeple. Paige has just come into some absolutely fine form lately, coming fourth at the World Uni Games recently, and also recent 1500 and 3K PBs. What have you been doing differently this year?
I got a new coach, Philo Saunders, who's been really awesome and helping me out, so thank you to him, and had a little stint at Perisher in the altitude, so it's been good.
Fabulous. And I don't want to cause too much of a hype train, but you've unofficially done 9:57.7, which puts you, fingers crossed, under that Com Games B qualifier. I hope so. Is that been part of your plan, and what are you doing going forward?
Yeah, I'll just try and run my best and keep running PBs, and if anything happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't.
Fabulous. So what are you doing going forward over the Christmas period? How do you stay fit and stay with that elite athlete mindset?
Just keep training hard, and then look forward to the next races next year.
All the best, and back to you guys up there.